What's up, guys? How we doing? I'm back. I got your Chris notes for this week. We're coming up, big weekend. Redbud was awesome last week. It was some good racing, and we had the bike issue with Jet, but anyway, we'll get to all that stuff. Little housekeeping. Remember, don't forget to subscribe. It sucks. Yes, I have to hound it every single time, but if I don't, I notice the subscriptions don't go up. And let's go, guys. Let's make this big. I want to do this full time. So the more subscriptions I get, the more chance of doing it full time. Don't forget also on Saturdays after practice, if you want to be part of our live prediction show, I do a live stream where I answer your questions, tell you who I think's going to win. Sometimes I'm right, usually I'm wrong, but I give you some good insight and we get to go banter back and forth. I read most of the questions. And we got a new shirt, guys. Cooksey Media, this is the new shirt. There's also a special edition FJB from Redbud 2022. The front is like this. The back is the FJB. Those of you know, if you know, you know. And I got my buddy, Troy from 24 Social, getting some camera angles for me today. So if the camera angles are, they're gonna be on point because Troy's kick-ass. And if we'll put a link to his social media business in the bio here. And all right, guys, well, let's get started.
I'm in the empire business.
Everybody love everybody!
You all know exactly who I am.
All right, guys, this is Chris Notes. This is a Cliff Notes version of what's going to happen this weekend. I'm not going to do a deep dive. I'm just going to get you some quick storylines. So if you watch the race, you'll know what's going on. Chase Sexton has the point lead in the 450 class. He desperately needs to stop the momentum of Eli Tomac right now. Eli Tomac went 1-1 at Redbud, and he looks like the machine. He's went beast mode. Like, he looks borderline unbeatable. If he wins the race, the series is broke up into 4 race increments. There's 4, then a break, then 4, then a break, then the final 4. We're in that second period right now. We just hit the first round. Eli went 1-1, Chase went 2-2. But if he does this every round in this second period, it's going to be out of control by the time they hit the third. He has got to slow the momentum. Problem is, Eli is so good at Southwick. Like, that's literally one of the tracks where he's done his freakish beast mode, be 20 seconds behind and then in the lead in like 2 laps. So yeah, good luck on that one. Ken Roczen, this is a big weekend for him too. This is the first time we've seen him fade all year at Redbud. My question is, what's going to happen at Southwick? I don't think he's going to fade. I think it's a new Ken Roczen. He's going to fight his ass off. Is he going to win? Nah, probably not, but I just like seeing him fight and get back up there. Then we got El Hombre, Jason Anderson. He's the ultimate spoiler. He's pretty much out of it on points, but on any given day, this guy could take points from either Eli, Chase, or Roczen, anyone that's in it. And it's really just a 2-horse race right now between Sexton and Tomac. Ryan Dungey. Is this the round where he gets his elusive podium? I know he's going to get one. Like, the Diesel's not going to go this whole season without a podium, and I'm curious if the hard conditions, the rough sand, the beating these guys up, is that where we're going to see the Diesel get in there and get on the podium? Possibly, but we'll see. Christian Craig, nah. Southwick, nah. What do you do? He's a great rider. He's top 5. He's going to hang around. I don't expect anything great. I don't expect anything bad. I expect, Justin Barcia, this is pretty much his home race. It's not too far from where he grew up. He rides sand well. He just come off a 3rd place. Look for Bam Bam to be in the mix, just causing trouble and being Bam Bam. Aaron Plessinger. I don't even know what else to say. I'm going to give you the hands up emoji. I don't know. He has to get something done. I know he's got a contract for next year, but I'll tell you what, it cannot be fun going back to that KTM truck with 7th, 8th, 9th place finishes when you're expected to win in podium. They don't tolerate that over there, and it doesn't go well. So I hope he gets it going. Joey Savacci. Oh, and with a guy like Joey Savacci getting on the podium, KTM doesn't have much sympathy for AP coming back for the injury. It's kind of tough. But Joey Savacci looks good. I mean, he looks like a career rejuvenated. I hope they figure out a way to keep him on for next year. But for a guy who's not an outdoor specialist, he is absolutely crushing it. Shane McElrath, he's holding it down. He's not a really outdoor specialist, but he's keeping the Rockstar Husky guys in there, keeping the sponsorship out there, and you know, he's looking pretty good. I look for him in the 5 to 10 range. He's had a couple pretty good performances at Southwick, but he's also had some big crashes at Southwick, so we'll see how that ends up. Max Anstey. Okay, you guys gave me shit. I got a lot of shit for picking Max Anstey last week to go top 5. Guess what? He was running top 5 when his bike broke. I'm going to go with it again. Max Anstey, if his bike holds up, will be in the top 5 at Southwick. It's a European style track. He's so good outdoors and he's motivated, and that Firepower team, they really got it going on. They've signed on for World Supercross. It's a pretty cool program they've set up over there. My boy, Garrett Marchbanks. I'm starting to worry a little bit about him. He looks so good on that 450, but he's also suffering from Atkins disease. That Atkins disease he got diagnosed with a couple years ago. That doesn't just go away. He had a 16:10 moto finishes at Redbud. I mean, it's not bad, but I would watch that pretty closely and not overdo it. Last thing he wants to do is drain himself so he can't even ride Supercross next year. So that's it for the 450s, guys, and we'll head into the 250s. And like I say, this is your Cliff Notes version. I'm not diving in too deep, and there's a lot more I can analyze, but this is just to get you going. 250s, Hunter Lawrence is your point leader because Jet's bike blew up. It was strange in that first moto how Jet kept grabbing the clutch and revving it because Hunter was fighting him. Hunter is pissed. Hunter wants to win. And this weekend, they're going to Southwick. Hunter Lawrence is badass. Hunter Lawrence went 1-1 there last year. It's kind of funny, you know, we were looking at the schedule and we're thinking, okay, at Southwick, Hunter can make up some points on Jet. But after the bike breaking, it looks like it's the other way around, and it really puts Jet behind the 8 ball. And he's young. He's shown that he makes mistakes sometimes in situations like this. So if you see Hunter go out and dominate him in that first moto, watch real close and make sure Jet's going to have to learn not to do something stupid in that second moto to get those points back. Joe Schmoda, he is coming in with a crap ton of confidence. He just beat down the Lawrence brothers. Yes, there was a bike failure, but hey, you take it when you can take it. A win's a win. And I mean, he had some bad luck too. In that second moto, he went down and had to charge all the way up to 3rd place. Joe Schmoda rode like an absolute beast. And with that confidence, anything can happen. Let's see. Justin Cooper. I don't know what's going on with Justin Cooper. He looked awful at Redbud. Something's going on. He's not that bad of a rider. He's too talented. He's too good. He's typically really, really fast at Southwick. Maybe he was sick. I still haven't heard. If he was sick, maybe he's good at Southwick. I don't know. But if he's healthy, I expect him to be battling right there in the top 3. And if not, maybe another performance like last week where it just kind of sucked. Let's see. Levi Kitchen. He is quickly becoming the #1 guy at Star Racing. He's established himself. He's a moto winner. He's top 5 consistently. This kid's got a future. Watch him. I've been talking about him. I love his style. I love his attitude. He believes he can win. He knows he can win. He might get an overall before this thing's done, but he'll definitely get a few more podiums. Michael Mosen and Pierce Brown, these gas riders, I'll tell you what, if I was on their team and I had to change the handlebars and radiators and subframes that these guys bent, I would be so frustrated. You know, they probably had to air freight about 50 more in there. Like, you can't stock that truck full enough for those 2 guys to crash every single session and demolish the bikes. I have no idea how they're both healthy. I'm glad they're both healthy, but they have got to figure out how to stop putting it on the ground. I don't know what they do, but they've got to figure that out. Seth Hamaker, he is holding it down. This is his first real outdoor season, and he's making progress, and he's finishing races, and he was leading last week when he had that pretty spectacular miniature catapult where he launched off the track, but he was perfectly fine and got back going, and I would expect him to be, you know, 4 to 8, somewhere in that range this week at Southwick. I don't think he's going to win, but he's good in those conditions. So, Styles Robertson, one of my favorite guys and one of the coolest interviews out there. He got 3rd at Redbud. He could easily get 3rd at Southwick. The kid has so much flow and style and personality, and he doesn't have to put in the effort that he's put in this summer because he already signed for Star for next year. He'll be leaving this Husqvarna team that he's riding for, but it shows his character that he's going out there and giving everything and putting him on the podium and just being an overall badass. Max Voland, he's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's come off some atrocious injuries, and he's staying out there. He's getting all the rounds in. He's right around the top 10, 5 to 10. If he could just keep doing that all year, he can build off that and start realizing some of that potential he's got. RJ Hampshire. Here's a guy who could win Southwick. He could crash at Southwick, or he could get 8th. I have no clue, guys. I really don't. I love RJ, but one thing about RJ, he is unpredictable. He's unpredictable to himself. He's unpredictable to other riders. stakes in the ground, you name it, it's going to happen to RJ. So anyway, guys, thank you for listening. And remember, subscribe, check out 24 Social. Troy's got some really cool stuff over there. If you got a business and you need some media done, Troy's your guy. So thanks, guys, and I'll catch you later.